Howdy howdy hey ladies and gents, it's your girl May Wing It, here with a game called Homestuck, which is part of the MS Paint Adventures series. I think it's the fourth part, but I just wanted to go ahead and jump to it for reasons that will make more sense in a later video. So I know nothing about this really, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. A young man stands in his bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 13th of April 2009, is this young man's birthday. Though it was 13 years ago he was given life, it is only today he will be given a name. What will the name of this young man be? Enter name. Smell Poop Lord. Try again, smartass. Try again. John Egbert. Yay! Hello, John. Your name is John. As was previously mentioned, it is your birthday. A number of cakes are scattered about your room. You have a variety of interests. You have a passion for really terrible movies. You like to program computers, but you are not very good at it. You have a fondness for paranormal lore, and are an aspiring amateur magician. You also like to play games sometimes. What will you do? Quickly retrieve arms from drawer. Your arms are in your magic chest, Poop Lord. Remove cake from magic chest. Out of sympathy for John's perceived lack of arms. Oh, he literally means arms because John has no arms. Okay, you pick up the cake for him and put it on his bed. Quickly retrieve arms from magic chest. What is this? Okay. You retrieve your fake arms from the chest. You use these for hilarious antics. You catalogue them in your Silodex. You have no idea what that means, though. There are other items in the chest. Examine contents of the chest. Okay. In here, you keep an array of humorous and mystical artifacts, each one a devastating weapon in the hands of a skilled magician or a cunning prankster. You are neither of these things. Among the artifacts are two fake arms, currently catalogued in your Silodex. 1 pair of trick handcuffs. 1 stunt sword. 1 magician's hat. 1 pair of beagle puss glasses. Several wiggly line. Smoke pellets. Several blood capsules, and 1 copy of Colonel Cesare's daunting text of magical frivolity and practical japery, and 1 copy of Harry Anderson's Wise Guy by Mike Cavaney. Some of the stuff might come in handy at some point. For now, you decide to just take some smoke pellets. Catalogue smoke pellets. Cool. You stow the smoke pellets in one of your catalogue cards in your Silodex. You still aren't totally sure what that means, but you're starting to get the hang of the vernacular at least. You have 2 empty catalogue cards remaining. Equip fake arms. You aren't really sure if equip is a verb copacetic with the abstract behavioral medium in which you dwell, but you will give it a try anyway. Unfortunately, you cannot access the fake arms. Their card is underneath the one that you just used to catalogue the smoke pellets. You will have to use the pellets first in order to access the arms, but this is probably inadvisable since you'll just make your room lousy with smoke. So confused right now. Okay. Your Silodex's fetch modus is currently dictated by the logic of a stack data structure. You were never all that great with the data structures, and you find the concept puzzling and mildly irritating. But with any hope, perhaps you will advance new, more practical fetch modi for your Silodex with a little more experience. Examine Problem Sleuth poster. Is it even possible to get more hard-boiled with that? Then that? You really doubt it. This was one of your wisest purchases. Okay. Why is there a link in the middle of this that takes you to this? Okay. There is a nice spot on the wall next to it. You've been meaning to hang another poster there soon. To get any more hard-boiled than that? I don't get it. Okay. Read note on drawer. Happy birthday, son. I'm so proud of you. This note is rich with the aromas of fatherly aftershaves and colognes. Beside the note is a rolled-up poster. Take poster. Another birthday artifact. You wonder what is printed on the poster. You'll need some way to hang it on your wall. Acquire hammer and nails. They'll come in handy. You first place the hammer into your Siladex, but now all of your Capticologe cards are full. Wonder what will happen if you try to take the nails. Guess it doesn't hurt to try. Take nails. You Capticologe 4 nails into the top card and push all the artifacts down a card. The fake arms are pushed entirely out of the deck. Oh well, they're probably completely useless anyway, but you probably don't want to do that again unless you want to drop smoke pellets and suffer the consequences. In any case, you now feel like you have gathered enough things to get you down to business and do some really important stuff. The next thing you do will probably be exceptionally meaningful. Squawk like an imbecile and poop on your desk. This is the dumbest idea you've had in weeks. Stupid, stupid, stupid. And yet, the polished surface of your desk, it beckons. Combine the nails and hammer. You merge the top 2 cards. The hammer and nails are now Capticologied on the same card and can be used together. Use the hammer/nails on poster. Use the hammer and nails card in conjunction with the card beneath it. Nail poster to wall. Little monsters. Use hammer, nails, and poster on the blank space on the wall. It's glorious. Exactly what you wanted. The old man really came through this time. Examine Con Air poster. What? Oh, this is probably a quote from the movie, but put the bunny back in the box. I said put the bunny back in the box. Why wouldn't you put the bunny back in the box? Examine the Deep Impact poster. Morgan Freeman's genteel homespun mannerisms were perfect qualities for presidential residing over a crisis. Oceans rise, cities fall, hope survives. Wow. Films about impending apocalypse fascinate you. Plus, a black president? Now you've seen everything. Examine the calendar. Beta. Was that when this was released? Oh. You've marked your birthday, the 13th of April. Another day you marked was supposed to be the arrival date for highly touted Spurb beta launch. It's been 3 days already. It's starting to become a sore subject with you. What does this take you to? Oh, it's this game. Cool. Eat cake. You're so sick to death of cake. You've been eating it all day, and you have no intentions of clogging your Siladex with it either. The cake stays put for now. How can you be tired of cake? Come on, Egbert. You hear a notice from your computer. Someone is messaging you. Examine the incoming message. That would be your wallpaper, John. You pull up to your computer. This is where you spend most of your time. You decorate your desktop with some rather handsome wallpaper, which you made yourself. You're really proud of it. Your desktop is also littered with various programming project files. You're so bad at programming, sometimes you wonder why you even bother with it. Your Pester Chum application is flashing. Someone is trying to get in touch with you. Pester Chum, Typhus System, Cake. Cake. Alright, open Pester Chum. Only one of your chums is logged in. He sent you a message. Open message. Let's see. Turn Tech Godhead. Hey, so what sort of insane loot did you rake in today? Oh, this is handy. I guess I'm ectobiologist. So Turn Tech Godhead began pestering ectobiologist. Hey, so what sort of insane loot did you rake in today? I got a Little Monsters poster. It's so awesome. I'm going to watch it again today. The apple juice scene was so funny. Oh, hell, Oh, hell, that is such a coincidence. I just found an unopened container of apple juice in my closet. It is like Christmas up in here. Okay, that's fine, but I just have one question and then a word of caution. Have you ever seen a movie called Little Monsters starring Howie Mandel and Fred Savage? But the seal on the bottle is unbroken. Are you suggesting someone put pee in my apple juice at the factory? All I'm saying is, don't you think Monster Howie Mandel has the power to do something as simple as reseal a bottle? Try to use your brain, numbnuts. Why did the fat kid or whoever drank it know what pee tasted like? I mean, his reaction was nigh instantaneous. It was like the 15th day in a row Howie Mandel peed in his juice. Okay, I can accept that. Monster B-list celebrity douchebags are cunning and persistent pranksters. But also Frank Savage has a really punchable face. But who cares about this? Let's stop talking about it. Did you get the beta yet? Which is the beta for this game. Which is so meta. Beta. No, did you? Man, I got 2 copies already. But I don't care. I'm not going to play it or anything. The game sounds boring. Did you see how it got slammed in Game Bro? Game Bro's a joke, and we both know it. Yeah. Why don't you go check your mail? Maybe it's there now. Alright. Look out the window. Oh my gosh, it just looks like it was made in paint. Which, I mean, I guess it was, since it's called Emma's Paint Adventures, but still. You see the view of your yard from your window. Hanging from the tree is your tire swing. In a kid's yard, a tree without a tire swing is like a proper gentleman without a monocle. That is to say, he can hardly be considered a terribly proper gentleman at all. And there beside your driveway is the mailbox. Examine the mailbox. This is the face he's making. The little red army swingly dingly thing, or whatever it is called, is flipped up. What the hell is that thing called anyway? You don't have time for these semantics. The red flippy lever thing means you have new mail. And that means the beta might be there. Actually, doesn't the red flag being up mean that you're trying to mail something? That's telling your mailman to take whatever's in the mailbox? At the very least, my mailman never puts the thing up for mail. Otherwise, he'd have to do it every day. Anyway, let's go outside and check the mailbox. You hurry downstairs when you hear a car pull into your driveway. Or you're about to hurry downstairs. It looks like your dad has returned from the grocery store. Oh, great. He's beating you to the mail. Forget it. Check the mail later. It's his face. If you go downstairs to get it, he will likely monopolize hours of your time. You decide to chill up here for a while until the dust settles. Sometimes you feel like you're trapped in this room. Stuck, if you will. Homestuck? Alright, yeah. We get it. Good job, game. Stuck, if you will, in a sense which probably borders on the titular. And now your chum is pestering you again. The clockwork of friendship turns ceaselessly, operating the swing lever dailies of harassment in perpetuity. What is this sentence? The clockwork of friendship turns ceaselessly, operating the swing lever dailies of harassment in perpetuity. Whatever, the dude can just hold his damn horse. Examine games on CD rack. What happened? You've put countless man-hours into this assortment of quality titles. I can totally tell. Oh, is this supposed to be funny? Like, it's not working because the person who made this put countless man hours into, yeah. Read Colonel Sessor's daunting text. Yeah, it's a joke. That certainly is a daunting text of magical frivolity and practical jabbery. You decide to consult with the Colonel's bottomless wisdom. Good grief, this thing is huge. It would kill a cat if you dropped it. Let's not drop it on a cat. And bottomless wisdom, how does he sit? But to really dig into this hefty book, you'll need to catalogue it. You're not sure if you're ready to logjam your other artifacts beneath it just yet. Catalogue fake arms again. What did you just say? You don't want to clog up your... Oh, Jesus. In a momentary lapse of concentration, you accidentally catalogue the arms again. Set Pester Chum status to bully. You don't think the situation is quite dire enough to go all the way to rancorous, but you still feel the Pester Chum client should reflect your mood in some way. Bully will have to do, you guess. This unsurprisingly does nothing whatsoever. Oh, right. You forgot your chum is still pestering you. Answer Chum. Is it there? Please say yes. Maybe you can play with TT. She's been pestering me all day about it. She's macking on me so hard all the time, I start to feel embarrassed for her. I mean, not that I can blame her or anything. Yeah, it is really understandable because you really are attractive. I am attracted to you. Thank you. JK, haha. No, I don't have it yet. My dad has the mail, and I guess I have to go get it from him and see if it's there. I've been busy spending all afternoon sitting around with my stupid Silodex. It's so frustrating. What's your modus? What? How do you retrieve artifacts from it? Oh, like one at a time, I guess? And if I put too much in, something falls out. Stack? Ha ha ha. What's yours? Harsh map. My bro taught me a few tricks. He basically knows everything, and it's awesome. The hell's that? You should probably brush up on your data structures. I guess. Did you at least allocate Strife? Specibus? No. It could free up a card for you. Plus, let you attack stuff whenever things get too hot to handle. Which is never. What have you got? Well, I've got a hammer, but it's trapped under some arms. What is this game? I don't understand. Wow, you really suck at this, don't you? Just get rid of the arms, then allocate the hammer to the Specibus. How? I don't know, just use the arms on any old thing and see if it works. Combine fake arms with cake? You stick the fake arms in the cake on your bed. Because that's a normal thing to do. This definitely makes the cake at least 300% more hilarious. You're sure Colonel Sassacre would know the precise index of elevated hilarity. Allocate hammer to Strife Specibus. Okay, you check the back of your Strife Specibus for the kind abstractus you have in mind for it. Select hammer. Your Strife... Ooh, cool. Your Strife Specibus has been allocated with hammer kind abstractus. The hammer has been moved from your Catalogue deck to your Strife deck. Report progress to TG. Okay, I did it. Hammer kind? Yeah. Okay, that'll be the permanent allocation for your Specibus. I guess I should have mentioned that. I hope you like hammers, dude. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. I can't imagine it's going to be all that relevant. Catalogue Colonel's Big Book. Now that you've got some space in your Silodex to work with, you might as well start squandering it immediately. Ordinarily, this ridiculous book would be too heavy to carry around in any practical way. You guess this is one respect in which cards present some convenience. In which the cards can... Examine Game Bro magazine. There is 0 fourth wall, and I love it. Suburb. Why the Game of the Year or whatever isn't as good as some other stuff I like that's better. Read the article. Spurb. Alright. Goodness. So, okay. Spurb is the game that lots of cats seem hella pumped of. And this beta is sitting on my desk for review. So, like, yeah, man, I'll write something. But I don't know. I'm like, so what is this about? Houses or some noise? That's fine. I'm sure that, like, that's dynamite in a handbag for some bursos. But all I'm saying is, when do you get to thrash something? Like, while you're playing house or something? Are you ever in jeopardy of getting mud on your doll's dress or whatever from busting out? And I quote, the mad stunts all wicked uppins? You know what I'm saying, bro yama? I didn't actually play this game, but I gave it 1.5 hats out of hat to keep it real. At this point, wait, what accent am I doing? I don't know. At this point, I'd like to give a shout out to my boy Dennis, who was over the other day. We were going to chill in front of the Dark Knight, and he was so psyched of it, y'all. So, this one time, he was leaning against the screen door, and the thing popped open, and the back deck was wet, and he slipped down the steps and broke his thumb on the lawn. It wasn't a long fall, but hey, I guess the thumb bone wasn't made for supporting the brunt of a useless tool. Huge useless tool against wet grass. He never did watch The Dark Knight on account of Ron trucking his bawling candy-ass girth to the hospital. But it's cool. I still got another watch in me. Brotel Rwanda. Bro notes. Dennis was so wasted. Haha. I mean, damn. What? Kept a Kaloge game, bro. What is this game? It might come in handy if you ever need something that burns easily. Kept Kaloge Magician's Hat. You expend your final card on the Magician's Hat. Get the funny glasses too, but you can't. You don't have a free card in your Sylladex. However, you're able to merge the Beagle Puss with the Magician's Hat to create clever disguise. Oh. That's helpful. That's good for me to know what that is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're disguised to fool Dad. John? Who is this John you speak of? You are quite certain that there's never been, nor will there ever be. Yeah, this is a really bad disguise. While you're wearing the items, they remain on the top card, but it is temporarily removed from the deck, thus freeing up the cards beneath it. Leave room. Wow. You exit into the hallway. On one wall hangs a picture of a fellow who sure knows how to have a laugh. A man after your own heart. You always thought he looked a lot like Michael Sarah, but your dad swears on the many hallowed tomes of Egypt that it is not. You're not sure of that, though. On the other wall is one of your dad's stupid clowns, or harlequins, as he's quick to correct anyone who would venture such brazen assumptions. Let's go downstairs. Creepy. Lots of clowns. The accursed odor of fresh baking wafts into your newfound nostrils. Because you just put on the nose, you just got a nose. Something is brewing in the kitchen. It must be the connivings of your arch-nemesis, Betty Crocker, and the rich buttery aroma of her plot stinks to high heaven. This mission is going to be more difficult than you imagined. What happens when I click on this one? Seriously, it just... Not sponsored. Admire the harlequins. You check out the shelves of fanciful harlequins. Look at this garbage. You really hate this stuff. Funny is funny, but your dad can be a real cornball. Sometimes at night you pray for burglars. Examine the fireplace. A bright orange flame flickers in the fireplace. It doesn't matter that it's April and it's not terribly chilly outside. In a home, a fireplace needs a fire, because that's what a fireplace is for. A fire belongs in a fireplace, damn it, and categorically at all times without exception. And I realize that that's a funny thing, because of things. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. Haha. Funny. As domestic myth of unaccountable origin holds, a home borrows the spirit of the flame for as long as it makes a guest of it, much as the moon takes liberty with the sun's rays. The moon's an errant thief, and her pale fire she snatches from the sun. Mark Twain. You're almost certain Mark Twain said that. Feel like you probably didn't. Toss Game Bro into fire. Why? It doesn't burn as quickly as you hoped. Each Game Bro magazine is guaranteed to be printed on 40% recycled asbestos. Big ups from Mother Earth, yo. Fondly regard cremation. You examine the sacred urn containing your departed Nana's ashes. When your father gives her portrait a wistful glance now and then, you can tell it brings back painful memories. A tall bookshelf, a ladder, and unabridged Colonel Sassacre's. He never wants to talk about it. Topple urn? Why? You clumsily mishandled the sacred urn. Ash is everywhere. In retrospect, upon mulling saentropic tropes regarding ash-filled urns, this outcome was a virtual certainty. You'd better clean it up before Dad finds it. Combine father's pipe with clever disguise? You think now would be a good time to beef up your clever disguise. Examine the oversized gift. Champ, you can do it. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. I believe in you. Contemplating what could be in this package is sort of exciting, but it makes you a little nervous at the same time. Open large present. Oh, hell no. Capticologe ashes. It's really creepy. First you prop the Harlequin doll up on the couch. Having it in the middle of the floor sprawled out all akimbo-like that struck you unseemly. You capticologe the ashes to your available card. Combine the ashes with the urn. You march the sacred urn with the ashes. Probably most of the ash is back in the urn, but it's a total mess. Really, it probably would have been tidier if you just used a broom and a dustpan. Put the urn back. No one will be the wiser, except maybe people with eyes. Oh my god, I love that it's literally just got like dots of dust all over it. Go get the fake and it's still burning. Go get fake arms again. You just got another brilliant idea for something to do with those pointless arms. You pry them out of the cake and capticologe them. Looks like Pastor Chum is acting up again. Examine the third and fourth walls of the room. Whoa. Weird. Check Pester Chum. Another one of your chums is messaging you. Check message. I think the TT is a girl, since earlier the other guy was calling her, I think. Maybe. Not really sure. What's her name? Tentacle Therapist. Great. Yeah.
I understand you have recently come into possession of the beta release of Game of the Year as featured in respectable periodicals such as Game Bro magazine.
It's an ugly rumor. Whoever told you that is a filthy liar, and you should probably stop hitting on him all the time or whatever.
I can't control myself. I must have a weakness for insufferable pricks.
Anyway, I still haven't checked the mail. My dad has it. I'm trying to get it from him, so BRB.
John.
What?
You're wearing one of your disguises now, aren't you? You're typing to me now while wearing something ridiculous.
No, why would you even think that? I'm not wearing anything ridiculous. Why would you think I'm wearing anything ridiculous? I don't want to wear anything ridiculous.
Okay, so why don't you go get the game from your father?
Alright, wish me luck. Oh, by the way, JK was wearing a funny disguise this whole time. Gotcha! Ha!
I know, John.
Go back downstairs. You can now execute the brilliant idea you had. There should be just enough frosting on the fake arms to serve as an adequate adhesive. Attach arms to doll. That's really creepy. You don't care what Colonel Sassacre says. That makes it at least 1,000,000% funnier. Oh, 1,000,000%? Really? That's a real percentage. Inspect burnt paper on the floor. Problerone. You put this back in the fire where it belongs. Throw present wrap in fire. As long as you're cleaning up. Capticologe doll. You can carry hefty items, but that thing is way too big. Get real. Besides, you don't even want it. Read Colonel Sessaker's text. Do I have, like, an option to not? The creepy crawlies. You thought about consulting the text to determine exactly how hilarious the doll is now. But the text is way too big to navigate in a timely fashion. You decide to forget it. I kind of want to read this. Hell's bells, we're having a mighty sporting time of it. Hold fast, my intrepid fellow pranksmiths. We're nearly nicked the mahogany of our japing chests. If I may direct the incisive ogle of your beagle puss to the wriggling regency of rubber bugs, parasitic parasites, squirming serpents, pliable pests, and every such order and fills of creepy crawlies. Land sakes alive! We're cooking with petrol now. In further exhibits, we shall dwell on artifice useful to your exploits. Is your pappy's rod and reel handy? What about a bit of iron cord? Shouldn't prove elusive? Bring those writhing rascals to life and set the nerve of the old maid to the wreck of Hesperus. What am I reading? Do you have the bothersome aunt who never seems troubled to find ways with your sunny afternoons? Well, a broad splintery fence, a bucket of whitewash, perhaps? By gum, you'll fix her wagon. And what of that tawny gent who puts his lackadaisical lane near the sarsaparilla font? You'll have the listless octoroon find the spring in his step. I don't know what I just read, and let's find her dad and retrieve the mail. I don't know what's happening anymore. I don't even know what's happening. The door on the left leads to the kitchen, from which the smell of baking wafts, a powerful aroma which could lift an especially portly hobo off his feet. The door on the right leads to the study, where your dad spends a lot of time. He could be in either room. Which room will you go? Well, I have one option, so let's go into the study. It doesn't look like he's in here right now. Examine Father's desk. On the desk is a deck of playing cards, one of your dad's pipes, the April issue of the Serious Jester magazine, and a stray Capticologe card. That's hilarious. Okay. There's also a can of peanuts on the desk. Haha. Oh, Dad, you won't be falling for that one again anytime soon. A severe peanut allergy is a terrible affliction to cope with. I thought it meant that they're, those snakes that are in cans, and then you hand them a can, and you're like, okay, help me open it, and you open it, and the snake comes, bouncing out. It's like that old-fashioned prank. Oh my god. Upgrade costume with hat from the hat rack. You swap the magician's hat with the bowler hat. This disguise is somewhat less funny, but a lot more distinguished looking. Combine second pipe with clever disguise. Your dad maintains numerous pipes around the household. A father without a pipe is like a strapping roughneck without a toothpick. That is to say, he has a rather piss-poor excuse for a roughneck, if you excuse me. You'd rather not take the pipe, though. The first one tastes bad enough as it is. How you suffer for your comedy. Examine the Capticologe card. Yeah, this will be perfect for expanding the space in your Capticologe card. Oh! The card is... It made it seem like this is going to be like an upgrade. Like, you're going to get, an extra card. Okay. S. John. Okay. Play haunting piano refrain. Pages including sound will be preceded by S in the command, but there's no sound. Play 52 pickup. Why? Stupidest game ever. You play the prankster's favorite card game, even though you are alone in the room, thus rendering it an especially foolish version of solitaire. So stupid. Look at this mess. The peanut gallery over there sure is getting a kick out of it. You're allergic to their scorn. Peanut gallery. Also, is that like the Joker from like The Dark Knight? Like Heath Ledger, but like with a magic wand? Attempt to leave the house. Why? You go back into the living room and contemplate checking the mailbox outside. You think perhaps you should exhaust all possibilities before plunging headlong into a dad encounter. The television is currently airing a commercial. Exit. You exit the house. Check mail. Predictably, the mailbox is empty. You have already been scooped by your father. My God, this is hilarious. Looks like the guy just didn't want to animate this. It's kind of what it looks like. The streets are empty. Wind skims the voids, keeping neighbors apart, as if grazing the hollow of a cut reed or, say, a plundered mailbox. A familiar note is produced. It's the one Desolation plays to keep its instrument in tune. It's your 13th birthday, and with all 12 preceding it, something feels missing from your life. The game presently eluding you is only the latest sleight of hand in the repertoire of an unseen Riddler, one to engender a sense of not of mirth, but of lack. His coarse schemes are those less of a prankster than a common pickpocket. His riddle is in absence itself. It is a mystery dispersing altogether, like the moon's faint reflection, with even one pebble of inquiry dropped in its black well. It is the most diabolical riddle of all. Absence diminishes little passions and increases great ones, as wind extinguishes candles and fans fire. Walt Whitman. Yes, you're certain, Walt Whitman said, Matt. 100% certain. Positive. You have a feeling it's going to be a long day. What is happening? Leave a surprise for the mailman? No! He wants to poop in the mailbox. See if your father left mail in the car. Ooh. The door is locked, and your dad has the car keys. You peer in through the driver's side window. You don't see any mail, but you do see a green package. There's also something underneath it that looks like a slip of paper. Could these items have come in the mail? You don't see anything else that's usually in the mail, like bills and coupons. Maybe your dad forgot to take this stuff inside. Spy in the kitchen. You tried to get a gander through the kitchen window, but you can't see a whole lot. It seems your dad is up to so much baking, the glasses seemed up. God, he is so weird. But you can see what's on the table just inside the window. It looks like the mail is in there. Included among it is a red package, some bills, your dad's PDA, and an envelope that appears to be suspiciously labeled with the Spurb logo. Could it be? Unfortunately, the window is locked. Go back into the kitchen. You have no other choice. Look, the hand fell off the thing and fell into... Ew. Ew. You have no other choice. You're going in. Clever disguise, it's time to work your magic. Whoa. Your dad sees right through your costume. You don't know what you were even thinking with your foolish ruse. You unequip the clever disguise. Your dad wields a dreaded artifact of confection. He stands between you and the mail. This is the only way to settle it. There's only one way to settle this. Strife. Retrieve the package and flee to your room. You cannot abscond. This pesky guardian is blocking your path. You will need to engineer some sort of distraction. And he now brandishes yet another artifact of confection. This man is ruthless. You better brace for impact in the most comedically striking fashion possible. Equip disguise for defense. The Beagle Aegis absorbs the brunt of the treat. Looks like Dad will enjoy the prankster's gambit on this exchange, as is usually the case. Kept Cloge Python. You take the pie tin and unequip the beagle post. Everything in your syllabus is pushed back a card, and the smoke pellets are ejected from the deck. Yes, this could be just the distraction you were... Nothing happens. What a huge letdown. Take the cake! When two great forces oppose each other, the victory will go to the one who knows how to yield. Oscar Wilde. Wise words by a man who likely could resist everything but temptation. The cake forces Colonel Sassacre's text out of your Sylladex. Sassacre, you beautiful bastard, now's your chance! Abscond. Now that your dad is busy placating the smoke detector, you can safely sneak away. Take the PDA. You snag your dad's PDA. Maybe later you'll switch the background image to something hilarious as a prank. Besides, it may come in handy later. Your spare Capticaloge card is forced out of the Sylladex, and consequentially integrated with the deck. You now have 5 deck cards to work with. Cool. Take the package. The red package is addressed to you. Take the envelope. You got Suburb Beta. Sweet. Exit kitchen. Get the cake on the couch. You Capticaloge the cake on the couch, expelling the pie tin from the bottom card. Combine the cakes to make a double-decker cake. Why? You then merge the 2 cakes across all 5 cards. Everything in your Sylladex is mushed between the cakes. Why didn't you think these things through first? Retreat upstairs! You pause at the juncture and head down the hall. You're going to need something to clean up this mess you're about to make by dissecting the cake. You go to the bathroom. To the right is your dad's room. It is locked and you are forbidden from entering. He has secrets. Go to the bathroom and grab a towel. You enter the bathroom. You can now see your backyard from the window. The jewel on its crown is the swing set that has provided you with years of joy. There is also a spring-mounted pogo ride, which has been responsible for more than one painful injury and has provided you with years of lament. But it's the same thing that's under your t-shirt, isn't it? On the sink is your dad's razor. On the rack to the side is a fresh towel. Remove the PDA envelope and package from the cake. By using the razor? Okay, whatever. You take the razor and use it to perform surgery on the cake. You take the towel and clean off the extracted goods. Retrieve your items. The items force the man-handled cake into the toilet. Of course they do. That's normal. Just like that, your Sylladex is full again. God, this thing is so annoying. Go to the bedroom. Admire the failure to launch poster. You're not usually into chick flicks, but Matthew McConaughey's cool charisma could salvage any heap of smoldering wreckage. This is your McConaughey wall, a casual shrine to an amazing actor. The film above that one is a lot better, you think. A Time to Kill? Can you see her? I want you to picture that little girl. Now imagine she's white. What? You got us, Matthew. Your smooth talking exposed our latent racism. Damn, you're good. Okay, let's check Pester Chum. Open browser and go to... Wait, okay. Guarding Gnostic began pestering ectobiologist. Hi, happy birthday, John. Hello. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Turntech Godhead began pestering ectobiologist. Hey, Gigi is looking for you. Why are you so popular all of a sudden? Is today some sort of special occasion or something? Why? Did you do something to curry favor with the ladies? Did you break your leg on a puppy or something? Dude, what are you doing? I discovered that a comet is going to destroy the Earth. It was named after me. Now I'm famous and everyone wants to talk to me a lot. No, stop. Just no. I know about your awful, stupid movies or make references to them. Don't talk about your stupid, awful movies. Your gross man-bro crush on Matt McConaughey is such an unsavory thing to behold. McConaughey. Okay. Sounds like a noise a horse would make. I.e. dumb. Equally dumb are all the pictures of that clown you've got hanging up. Those are my dad's. I was talking about Nick Cage. Oh, what? No. Man, Nick Cage is sweet. So sweet. He is so sweet. Ha ha ha. So lame. You don't even like him ironically or anything. Like This is for real, isn't it? Ha ha ha. Hello? Have you seen Ghost Rider? It's beautiful. It is a beautiful masterpiece. Between that and Night at the Museum, that's not what I meant to say. National treasure? I mean, hello? Brilliant actor. I do like things ironically sometimes. What about what I sent you for your birthday? No, those are awesome. What? No, they're stupid, which was the joke. The ironic joke, get it? Wait, you're actually wearing them, aren't you? I'm wearing them ironically, because they're awesome. The fact that they're ironic makes them awesome, and vice versa. Are you taking notes on how to be cool? Jesus, get a pen. You do realize they touched Stiller's weird, sort of gaunt face at some point. Ew, yeah. Oh well, speaking of which, did you get the mail? Yeah. Did there happen to be a package there? Yeah, there was a big red one. You should probably open it. I would, but it's trapped under the Spurb beta, so I'll probably open it after I install the beta. Oh man, the beta came. Yeah, want to play it? Haha, no way. Why not? It sounds to hell's boring. Just get TT to play it. She is all about that. Where'd she go? Her internet is blanking in and out, I guess. Probably back online soon. Oh, and Christ, in a sidecar. Are you still using the stack modus? Seriously, dude. You need to bone up on your data structures. That is ridiculous. Okay, well, open browser and go to mspaintadventures.com, which is the website this is on. You decide to space out on the computer for a while before doing anything important. My life. You open the Typheus web browser and direct it to what is indisputably the most amazing website ever created. You think so, creator? Yep. The new adventure is okay, but you're not sure if you like it as much as the last one. So I think this is like the first one of this whole series that I just completely skipped over and went to the last one. Install the Spurb beta. It's time, you decide it's time for less meta and more beta. Oh my god, they're being meta about being meta! Oh! You insert the CD and install the Spurb beta. Also, the fact that they just made a meta beta joke and I did that earlier. I like these guys. Yeah, okay. Alright. What is this? Ooh. You go to your closet, where you keep a lot of clothes and an array of handy computer programming guides. Read data structures. Cake. Read data structures book. Your ignorance just made me throw up a little. Get a clue, you computer illiterate piece of poop. Free fetch modus in back. What is this game? Okay. You're not really sure you want to dig into this huge tome. It looks really boring and kind of ornery. Maybe you'll just check out that free modus instead. Get free fetch modus. You turn back inside cover, where free fetch modus is included in a plastic sleeve. This one is dictated by the logic of a queue data structure, operating on a first in, first out method rather than first in, last out method of a stack. Apply fetch modus to Sylladex. Items kept clogged in your Sylladex are no longer immediately accessible. You can only use the item on the bottom card and must wait for the items on the upper cards to be pushed to the back of it. For instance, the red package is now inaccessible. You can only use the razor at the moment. This modus doesn't strike you as a significant upgrade to your previous one. In fact, it almost seems more inconvenient. You figure you might as well give it a chance, though. Switch back to stack modus. You suddenly wonder if this is even possible. You don't even remember if you had a physical card for the stack modus. You find all this to be a little abstract, and you prefer not to think about it too much. Put down razor. Put it down? Not quite sure you understand. Pick up 2 items. You kept Kaloge one of the cakes. You finally found a use for all of the loitering pastries. Dead. Wait. Get another cake. What what? It flew out of the kept Kaloge and cut off part of my hair. Cool. Oh, it pierced Matthew McConaughey's head. Okay, the second cake causes the razor to launch out the front of your Sylladex. Oh, good lord, that beautiful face! You wish the razor would have failed to launch. Ha. Ha. Get more stuff. You open your magic chest and kept Kaloge one of your favorite books of all time, Wise Guy by Mike Cavney. There goes the fresh towel. Might as well grab those cuffs. You take the trick handcuffs, expelling the PDA like a bullet, and it promptly goes flying out the window. Oh, god damn it. Open up that package. You examine the package. It's from your internet chums. It's bound in packing tape, though. You'll need something sharp to open it. Ah, of course, the razor. It's so simple. Why did you wonder why you didn't get razor? Pick up the package again. The fact that every time you use something, like you pick up something new, it expels the last thing from the things you picked up and then it goes flying across the room is hilarious. Let's take this from the top. Captain Loki, the glass shards. You take 3 glass shards in quick succession and don't recover. Your Silodex rains devastation on your room from above, and now that your cards are packed with glass, you probably don't want to do that again anytime soon. You should probably get that stuff before you forget. Use the razor on the red package. Open the package. There's something suspicious inside. Something suspiciously dirty and smelly. It's a stuffed bunny, much like the one held hostage briefly in Malkovich Cyrus's The Virus while taunting hard-luck protagonist Cameron Poe, and strikingly similar to the one scooped up from the soot of a burning Vegas strip by Cage's Poe offered to his daughter, a gesture of symbolic, tattered exterior surrounding a heart of gold. Poe wasn't much to look at, but he was a good man. What is... It's nice that when it makes some of the references it makes, it actually like links you to something so you know what is going on. Alright, but no, it's not merely like that bunny. According to this note of authenticity, it is the very same bunny. This is so awesome. Check the status of Suburb Beta. It looks like your computer's trying to get your attention. Look at the monitor. Check the window. Show pester log. It looks like you've managed to retrieve the beta. Excellent. I'm going to try to connect. Well, okay, but I just got the most awesome present. The rabbit? So sweet. I've heard tales of this wretched creature often. Its Almark legend is practically ensconced in the fold of my personal mythology by now. What? Why don't we focus on the matter at hand? Oh, the game. Okay. I don't really know how this works. What am I even looking at here? You're running the client application. I'm running the server, so I'm the host user. I have established a connection with you. This is sufficient for us to play the game. Oh, okay then. Why don't we get started? Mouse over the interface buttons. Select magic chest. What? Zoom out. Whoa, what are you doing? Sorry, I'm just getting a feel for the controls. Is my magic chest on the roof now? Yes. I'll try to be more careful the next time. This is just really messing with my brain. They're playing a video game in the video game. And in the video game, they're acknowledging that they're in a video game, but they're playing a video game in the video game that uses video game mechanics as real life. And they just moved... Oh, my brain. My brain! Get the card. Okay. You find your missing stack fetch modus and clearly reapply it to your Silodex. You can now opt for either the stack or queue modus at any time. You toggle between your fetch modi with gleeful abandon. Oh, and look, his shirt color thing changed. See? Weird. Excuse me. I'm just, allergic to BS. It looks like your dad is leaving again for more baking supplies. You're relieved to have the house to yourself again, if only for a few minutes. You hope he doesn't notice the magic chest on the roof. Or other things you throw out the window, for that matter. Select the stuff in the yard and move it back into the room. Of course, you can do that from oh. Hey, do you think you could do me a favor? Can you grab all the stuff outside my broken window and bring it back in for me?
I'll give it a shot.
Thanks.
Now look, it appears to be out of the player range. I'm guessing it's too far away from you, the player.
Select John? You cannot select a player. John abjures the meddlesome cursor. Select Bunny. Put the bunny back in the box. Revise room. This is like The Sims. Open Fernalia registry. What is this? Deploy Totem Live. Okay, examine Totem Lab. You don't know what the heck this thing does, but it looks neat. Open Grist Cache.
It seems the expanding dimensions of your room cost... Whoops, wrong one. This is TT. It seems expanding the dimensions of your room cost some build grist, but deploying the lathe did not appear to incur any expense. It looks like certain objects are freebies, probably to help you set up the game.
Wow, okay. What do they do?
I think it's all up to you to find out. All you can do is drop stuff in your house and move it around, apparently.
How do I move stuff around? It sounds fun.
I don't think you can as the client. You'll need to install the server application. You should have received both in separate envelopes. I'm running both on my computer right now.
What? Did you get another envelope in the mail? No.
Well, once you install the server and establish a connection, I'm sure you'll be able to manipulate my environment in the same manner.
Are you sure you didn't get it? Oh man, I think I might know where it is. Where? Oh.
Now that your room is bigger, why don't you move to the far corner? It will extend the range of the cursor, and I can reach the items. Which you threw out the window for some reason?
Good idea.
What have you been doing in here all afternoon anyway?
I was fussing with my Siladex, but I think I have it under control now. What modus do you use?
I like to use trees.
Oh no, that sounds so awkward. Oh, like storing things in trees?
It's not exceptionally practical, but I think they are elegant.
Stand in the corner.
Handy.
Deploy Crookstuckster. What? Okay. Deploy Accamator. Okay. Why is the floor shaking? Are you dropping more stuff in my house?
Yes, 2 more large gizmos.
Sweet. What is with all these big contraptions?
If I had to guess, they appear to facilitate some sort of system involving punch card-based alchemy.
Huh. To an end. I mean, what are we supposed to be doing in the game?
Oh, that remains to be seen.
Maybe you should go investigate? Get PDA. You grab the PDA, switching back to stack modus, so it is readily accessible. The interface is oddly sterile. No hilarious clown wallpapers or anything like that. Oops, you mean Harlequin wallpapers. The serious business application is open. It seems your dad uses it to keep tabs on various acquaintances, his fellow street performers, maybe? You guess the performing arts must be pretty serious business after all. Install Pester Chum. This should be useful. Now you can keep tags on your chum while you wander around the house. Go to the balcony. Hey, I'm messaging on the balcony now. Whoops. Hey, I'm on the balcony now. I'm messaging from my dad's PDA. The one he threw in the yard? No, I am telling you. It jumped out of my Siladex like a frightened weasel.
What are you doing with it in the first place? I'm not sensing a lot of regard for personal property of others. Is this how you're pent-up frustration with your father manifests itself? What? No, those were all accidents. Please take your babblery elsewhere, miss. Your bathroom is a mess. Did you do that too? Oh man, this isn't cool. All this snooping nonsense. I'm tempted to clean it up for you. Okay, if that'll satisfy your weird OCD complex, then go ahead. My obsessive-compulsive disorder complex? Can a disorder also be a complex? In your case, probably. Sounds complicated. Anyway, I'm going to have a look at this enormous platformy thing you put on the balcony. Examine the acclimator in a cautious manner. You have no idea what to do with this thing. You can't find any controls for it. Having exhausted all other possibilities, you just decide to stand on it. This isn't really cautious of you, actually. Look through the telescope. It's a clear, sunny day. Nothing out of the ordinary to report, at least not beyond the walls of your own home. Grab the soiled toilet. Oh, as the girl. Whoops. Whoops, what? What is that noise? Is that something I should go investigate? No, I have it under control. You keep playing with your telescope. Investigate. Ugh! I think I can patch it up. Just give me a little space. Why don't you have a look at the Croxodexter? The what? The thing I put in your living room. Hop down the hole. Jump down to the utility room. Grab the sledgehammer and card. Uh-oh. The shards are getting awful close. You take the sledgehammer and Capticologe card, combine the two, and quickly apply it to your Strife Specibus. You think it's cool that things don't always have to be federal issue. What is happening? It looks like another one of your chums is pestering you on your PDA. Answer chum. Gigi. I forgot who Gigi is. John, did you get my package? Oh, hey, not yet. Oh, darn, are you sure? It was in a green box. Oh, yeah, but it's in my dad's car, and he's still out at the store. He should be back soon. Great. So what are you up to today? I'm up to my neck in this spurb stuff. TT is making a royal mess of my house. Lol. What's spurb? Oh, it's this game. It's okay, I guess. I'm still figuring it out. Whoa, what was that? What was what? There's a loud noise outside my house. It sounded like an explosion. Whoa, really? I'll go outside and look. Oh man, alright, be careful, okay? I will. Might as well check out the Croxodexter. Oh hell no, you put this thing in front of the door? There's a door there? Yeah. I didn't see it. I just thought it fit nicely into the groove. You mean you thought it was elegant? Oh well. What do I do with this thing? Hello? What are you doing up there now? Examine the wheel on the Croxodexter. When you turn the wheel, something seems to be pushing up from underneath the lid. But you aren't strong enough to make the lid come off. Put bathtub in the driveway. Oh, let's up straight into the driveway. The connection is interrupted. Scold TT. You can see me, right? Tell me what's wrong with this picture. Go ahead. Just tell me. Just tell me what's wrong. Sorry, I keep losing the wireless signal. Must be the weather. I'll look for a stronger signal in another part of the house, but I'd rather not risk an encounter with my mother. I battled her through her cloud of gin and derision once already this evening. Yeah, I hear you. Yes. Cake gestures, unfiltering love and support. Quite a road there. Though I suppose I'm complicit for not informing social services about your situation. I know. What about going outside? Maybe you could catch a neighbor signal? That presents the same problem. Also, it's raining, remember? And dark. It's dark already? Yes, the sun has already had its way with us here on the East Coast. Its lurid glare has moved to younger time zones. Okay. Hit the Croxodexter with a sledgehammer. Need some help? Pick up the sledgehammer. Uh-oh. What is
this thing. And what is that clock counting down to?
I've been looking at the game FAQ at walkthroughs to figure some of this stuff out. Hold on while I read further.
Meanwhile, it's counting down. Okay.
All these walkthroughs are extremely short. None progress much further than this point.
Weird. Well, I mean, it is a new game.
True. Now that the lid is off, you will need to extrude some quartzite.
Okay, let's turn the wheel again. You extrude 1 quartzite dowel. Get quartzite.
I feel like we should be hurrying. That countdown is making me nervous. John? Oh, your PDA is trapped under the quartzite now, isn't it? Anyway, it looks like you're going to need this card too.
Deploy pre-punched card. Get card. A shard of glass is expelled from the deck and makes Harlequin and maims Harlequin doll. Capticologe fanciful Harlequins. You take 2 fanciful Harlequins. The additional useless freight pushes your PDA to the last card. You then switch to the Q modus so you can access the PDA. More glass shrapnel flies from the deck. This thing keeps following me around. I think it's trying to talk to me or something.
This is probably the kernel sprite. It apparently needs to be prototyped. Twice, actually. Whatever the hell that means. These walkthroughs are horrendously written.
Okay. You're the one with the cursor, so just do whatever you think is the right thing to do. Also, fix my bathroom! Drop maimed Harlequin into kernel sprite. The kernel sprite has been prototyped with the Harlequin doll. That's creepy. That's really, 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 really creepy. I still don't understand this thing's gobbledygook. That was only tier 1 prototyping. There's still another tier to the prototyping process, which for all we know merely advances this entity through its increasingly esoteric states of linguistics. The clock is ticking. We don't have time for this tomfoolery. This unmitigated poppycock? Extravagant hogwash. Okay, stop. Stop trying whatever silly thing you're typing. I'm going upstairs to the big platformy thing. The accometer? Try to learn the lingo. Use pre-punched card with the accometer. There's no slot for the card anywhere on the accometer. The kernel sprite followed you upstairs. Explore Athenaminum. Acquiring a quartzite dowel seems to have populated the Athenaminum with 1 item. Perfectly gentrified object. You snatch the telescope from its tripod. Who knows? It might be useful, but more importantly, it pushes the quartzite to the last card, making it available for tinkering. The PDA is predictably jettisoned into the yard over the neighbor's fence. Put quartzite on weird pattern on accometer. You place the quartzite dowel on the accometer's small pedestal. Something is happening. You set the accometer to cast 3 perfectly generic objects for some reason, expending a total of 6 units of build grist. These things look completely useless. What a waste. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice you notice there's something in the sky. Switch modus and use telescope to inspect the sky. That is so creepy. You switch back to stack modus and get a closer look with your telescope. Whatever it is, the current sprite seems particularly agitated about it. Yeah, this is really creepy. Something's falling from the sky. You're no astronomer, but the trajectory looks suspiciously head-on with your current perspective. This is a troubling development. High five, Colonel Sprite. You figure you left him hanging long enough. Attempt to ingest a unit of build grist. It is tempting because they strongly resemble rock and blue raspberry gushers. Not a sponsor. However, units of build grist are a gaming abstraction and don't seem to exist on the physical plane. There's apparently no crisis so imminent that will deter you from contemplating idiotic and frivolous actions.
Your dad is getting home. John, what did you do with your PDA this time? I'm working on the bathroom. We're running low on build grist. Revised bathroom.
Oh, what is she? Okay, so now there's a floor in the bathroom. Cool. Run to your room and contact TT through Pester Chum. 2 chums have been trying to message you. I'm working on the bathroom, but we're running low on Bildgrist. Oh man, who cares about the bathroom? Now there's a meteor heading for my house. I see. Do you suppose that has anything to do with the game? I don't know, maybe. What do I do? I think it's very likely. The walkthroughs vaguely suggest an impending threat before they end. The already poorly constructed sentences become even more curt and ambiguous, as if written hastily with a sense of alarm. Actually, their dedication to updating the walkthrough under such circumstances is admirable. Wow. Fascinating. If the meteor is a game construct, I think the only thing to do is to proceed and try to solve the dilemma on the game's turns. Try to use the lathe. It says that you can use the card on it, but it isn't more specific than that. Alright, I'll do that. Really, it is a labor to read this drivel. If I read any more, my brain will need to be spoon-fed from a jar, while it blows spit bubbles in a high chair, and I think I'll write my own walkthrough. That is, after we make sure you don't die. Alright, TG's back. I heard you got the box. I hope you appreciate my heroically fatherly perseverance in getting it to you. In my rough and tumble, dirty, wife-beaterly sort of way. Also, I hope you appreciate how many no-talent douches had their mitts on that bunny before you. It's like a grubby baton in some douchebag marathon. Hey, where are you? Oh man, the bunny is awesome. I don't have time to talk. I'm playing Suburb, and it's kind of a nightmare. TT is breaking everything in my house. Dude, I told you to steer clear of that game. And for that matter, you should probably wash your hands of flighty broads and their snarky things altogether. And now there's a meteor coming, and I'm not even joking about that. It's like a big, which is funny, because earlier he said, oh yeah, I predicted a meteor thing, and all these girls are talking about. Funny. It's like a big asteroid or comet or something in the sky, heading right for my house. Oh man, how big is it? I don't know. Big, I guess. I gotta go. We'll talk later if I'm still alive and the Earth isn't blown up. Like the size of Texas or just Rhode Island? They're always throwing around these geographical comparisons to give us a sense of scale, like it really means anything to us. But it's like, it doesn't matter, right? Anyways, it's like, wow, that's pretty big. Like, Mr. President, there's a meteor coming, sir. Oh yeah? How big is it? It's the size of Texas, sir. Oh! Or how big is it? It's the size of New York City, sir. Oh! Sir, I'm afraid the comet is the size... Oh, snap! Sir, are you familiar with Jupiter? You mean like the planet? Yeah. Well, it's that big, sir. That sounds pretty big. I have a question. Is it Jupiter? Yes, sir. Earth is literally under siege by planet Jupiter. Use pre-punch card as a regular. Oh. You slip the pre-punch card into the slot on the totem lathe. Above, the tool arm displays a configuration of chisels. Now you just need something to lathe. Take Crooksite to totem lathe. Cursing your lack of foresight, you return to the balcony for the Crooksite dowel you left on the pedestal. You navigate the hallway leery of your dad, who's presently puzzling over the new fixture in his hallway. The perfect crime. You retrieve the Crooksite dowel. Dad just shrugs and heads back downstairs, presumably to do some more baking. If only he knew you were hard at work saving his butt. Use Crooksite dowel on the totem lathe. You clamp the Crooksite in the lathe. Activate lathe. Huh. Okay. The lathe carves one totem. You take the totem. Alright, I use the lathe to make this blue shapey thing. Now I guess I take it to the accometer again? Hello? Uh-oh. A young lady stands in her bedroom. Due to a violent storm, her house has just lost power, along with her wireless internet connection. This has severed her link to a popular video game she was playing with a young man at a critical moment. The young man is relying on this young lady to reestablish connection somehow. This is a young lady named... It's on the tip of your tongue. What was the name of this young lady again? Enter name. Flighty Broad. No, that wasn't it. One more time. Rose Lalonde. Examine room. Your name is Rose. As was previously mentioned, you are without electricity, although your laptop computer still functions on battery power. You have a variety of interests. You have passions for rather obscure literature. You enjoy creative writing, and are somewhat secretive about it. You have a fondness for bestially strange and fictitious. Bestiality. Okay. And sometimes dabble in psychoanalysis. You also like to knit, and your room is a bit of a mess, and on occasion, if just the right one strikes your fancy, you like to play video games with your friends. What would you do? Retrieve arms from the purple box. The purple package's contents are private. No one is allowed to look inside. Writhe like a flagellum and puke on their bed. Oh, what a terrible idea. The thought alone makes you sick to your stomach. Stroke writing journal and mutter, "My precious." You would only resort to such embarrassing activity when no one was watching. These journals are for your eyes only. Get violin. You kept Takaloge the violin, while storing it in the root card of your Sylladex. Play a haunting refrain from the violin. You waste approximately 40 seconds while playing the violin while your friend is in peril. Nice time management there, sweetheart. Tell Liv Tyler you love her before impact. What? Oh, now we're John again. Okay. Since your good-for-nothing friend is obviously not going to bail you out in time, you issue words of parting fondness to dear sweet Liv. Oh, if only Affleck could have been the one to make the final sacrifice instead of her stubborn blue-collar salt-of-the-earth father. Then she would fall into your arms for consolation, and you would be the one to make the deceased Bruce Willis proud. Captaloge knitting supply bag. You get the knitting bag. It occupies left leaf card under the violin, per the tree modus's alphabetical sorting method. K is less than V. Rose, look out the window. Okay. Creepy. That red spark. Your panoramic window offers a view of your yard below, and the mausoleum housing your dead cat Jaspers, who died when you were young. Your mom had the structure erected with a spirit of scornful irony in response to your youthfully innocent request to hold a funeral for the animal. Oh, that's horrible. At least this is how you've come to interpret the gesture in retrospect. You can also make out a silhouette of the laboratory next door. A facility which likely broadcasts a strong wireless internet signal. You may be able to connect to the signal from a different part of the house. Perhaps if you seek higher ground, get the laptop. You take your laptop and prepare to make the journey through the house. This causes the tree to be unbalanced, so your Sylladex auto-balances itself. Now the laptop occupies the root card, while the other two comprise the leaves. Examine the book on the desk. Grimoire for summoning zoo biology dubious. This book is absolutely indispensable for enthusiasts of your ilk, of which there are very few. Take the book, then. You take the grimoire. Go explore the house. Leave your bedroom. Oh, how long is this game? Okay, so I just found out that this game is, like, longer than War and Peace. Like, it'll take longer for me to actually get through all of this than for me to read War and Peace a full way through and then again by like 40%. So I'm going to end this episode here. If for some reason you want me to continue this, leave a like. I guess I might if it's actually wanted. It's hilarious. Maybe I will later. Slowly. Because this is great, and I actually really enjoy this, and it's hilarious. But yeah, I'm gonna end this episode here. So I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye!